Welcome to my presentation on effects of morphology awareness on vocabulary, meaning, and word relationships in a first grade classroom. The purpose of this study is to determine the impact of morphological awareness in a general education first grade classroom and establish if this intervention will increase connections to vocabulary and word relationships. It is believed that the early instruction of morphology prepares students for understanding irregular words and assists in the comprehension of why words are comprised the way they are in the English language and why words sound the way they do. The research question for this study is: what are the effects of morphological awareness intervention in a first grade classroom? And will this intervention help students connect meaning to vocabulary and word relationships? The background and rationale. Often morphology awareness is not implemented until third grade or later. However, studies have shown that incorporating morphology awareness from the beginning, such as first grade, is beneficial and can provide students with a stronger foundation for literacy throughout their educational journey. What is morphology? According to Freeman, morphology, which comes from the Greek word morph meaning form, and ology meaning of study, is the analysis of word parts in relation to grammar and meaning. So, through the process of breaking words into the smallest meaningful parts, students can begin to understand words and their meanings. Additionally, morphology awareness can assist students when presented with unknown complex words through identifying its meaning with morphological cues that have been introduced. An added benefit is that teaching morphological awareness can be integrated into lessons that are already being taught in the classroom. Research methods. This study is qualitative in nature with teacher created assessments. Data collection will occur through a pre and post test focused on students' knowledge of morphemes, prefixes, and suffixes through grade level word assessments. We will then build on that knowledge through the use of word matrices, word walls, or a word wall, weekly mini lessons regarding the framework of spelling, and the use of single base word morphemes. Within this study, students will have a weekly morpheme to learn and expand on in their multisensory journal, in which they will create a visual representation of the root or base word with prefixes and suffixes. As a side note, there are no specific tests of morphological awareness that compare students' levels to those of their peers, such as in standardized tests. This is a quick morpheme word matrix example. This example just highlights the use of a base word and prefixes and suffixes. The proposed participants are 24 first grade students from one classroom, 10 female and 14 male, with varied reading levels from below, at, and above grade level, and one undiagnosed student that presents with dyslexic symptoms. This study will apply to all students to allow for equity in learning. There is little risk as everyone receives the same lessons. There is nobody being pulled out or singled out in this study. Benefits for students include exposure to morphemes and morphological awareness, which will prepare them for future application while giving students a wider knowledge of how word relationships work. And parents will be informed and encouraged to practice morphological awareness with their children or child. Lastly is proposed location. Again, it's in a first grade classroom in a K-4 primary school in a rural portion of the Pacific Northwest. The proposed timeline would be implemented in the second half of the school year, beginning late January of 2025 and concluding late May of 2025.